You're watching MMA Oddsbreaker this week. We got the Predator Desmond Greene on the other end of the line. He's actually at the store getting a wheel alignment. Uh, which brings me to this question, because you travel so much back and forth between Rochester and getting work in and seeing your family and all that. 10 years ago, I would not have been doing interviews on your phone, which is what we're doing right now. Is it getting harder and harder to get training sessions in because the media is trying to get a hold of you now 5 minutes before practice, 10 minutes before practice, as opposed to the journalist showing up at practice like they used to? Now they're just calling in and doing video, like we're doing video Skype now. Is it becoming more and more difficult for you to get training in?
Uh, yeah, it's not difficult for me to get training in because I set that as priority, but it does get more difficult kind of to manage a day because now, like you said, with technology, the way technology is, I'm kind of always accessible. People can always get a hold of me. They always could ring, they could call, they could video, they could text. It's always a way to get a hold of me as opposed to, before everything was invented, we had to come up with a set time and date to meet, and then up until then it was that or it was nothing. You know what I mean? There was no call like, hey, can I get a quick thing in here? No, you had to set something up. So I mean, in that aspect of always being accessible to the media and the market, it's not overwhelming, but like just yesterday I had to do an interview with Bellator, and sometimes like you said, I'm always traveling. Like I just got back to Rochester last night. I was in Ithaca training. I drive up to Ithaca Monday to Friday still, and then I drive home every Friday until Monday again. So I just got back, and I forgot I had like a 5 o'clock interview with one of mandatory Bellator thing. And, it's just like the guy, he called me, like you said, I was driving. He called me, I picked up. It's like, hey, I'll call you right back. I forgot about it. I'm on my way home, and we'll finish it off there. But like I said, the accessibility part, it's just always having to be accountable. So, but I mean, I can't complain. I don't mind it.
I learned a long time ago from Jay Glazer on my side. Jay Glazer obviously is the Fox NFL insider, and a good friend of mine. He's like on my side of it. When I'm trying to do interviews, I have to always be accessible. I've always got to be around, so my phone has to stay on. I've always got to be checking it, and like to my significant other, to my partners, to my kids, it's like a burden because you're like, Daddy, put your phone down. Put your phone down. Like I can't because there's one guy. I'm
Yeah, you
meeting
don't
this one
want to
guy
miss it.
tomorrow. Something broke out. I got to get this thing out. I'm always working. But on your side of the table, when I was still competing, a lot of times I would just come home and just shut the phone off and just put my phone down. Do you find yourself sometimes coming home, especially when you get home on the weekends with your baby and your family, that you just got to go, I'm shutting it off. I'm just done with the phone for the weekend?
Oh yeah, definitely. And a big part of it is like especially like a major part is on the weekend. My girlfriend, my son's mom, she when I'm home, I'm away. 5 out of the 7 days. So when I'm home, she's kind of like, listen, I only got you for 48 hours, literally. Can I have some attention? It kind of I feel she's a trooper because I go hard Monday to Friday. Like 3-4 workouts a day. So by the time Saturday and Sunday comes, I'm just like I gotta drive 2 hours home. I'm just kind of like a zombie. I'm like sleep. She wants to wake me up. She wants to do this, do that, and I'm kind of like, all right, yeah, babe, in a minute. And you know how you're exhausted, but you kind of I gotta get some energy from somewhere. Entertain her and the kid. But yeah, man, it's like I was like, man, sometimes. And another thing, like I have a lot of support, a lot of friends
Yeah.
and family, and I always forever be thankful for them. So on my Facebook, like man, I get like notifications, messages all the time, and like some of them are so ridiculous. Like I get guys ask me, "Oh, when's the next fight?" And I post 50 million posts about when the next fight is, but they still inbox me and ask. And I try to reply to them all, but sometimes I reply like weeks later, like literally. Like I like this just yesterday. I kind of since the fight, I've had so many messages and emails from all of my friends, and I'm like I spent like literally what I have to do is I never reply right then because I'm really busy. But like I always try to take like every Friday or every Saturday I try to take 2 hours and just shuffle through it all and just write even if it's just like a thanks and
Yeah.
or just a simple reply. But it's hectic, man. Like you said, like the technology now. Man, prior to that, like they had to see you in person to congratulate you. But now
Yeah.
you're getting 50 congratulation messages, and you don't want to be the asshole that doesn't write back thank you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they're like,
Exactly.
oh, he's changed. You
Yeah,
know, so it's like
it's
it's,
tough.
it's a
Yeah.
lose lose.
Yep. All right, let's talk about Will Martinez. Will Martinez, the guy you're fighting March 28th in Bellator. This one's in West Valley City in Utah. Um, Martinez is a tough character. You're 10-2. He's 9-2, 9-2-1. So you both have the same amount of fights within one. Real tough guy. Will is. How do you see this fight breaking down, and what do you think the deciding factor is going to be for you to win?
All right, let me just first thing I want to say about this fight. I love this fight for me. I absolutely love this fight for me, and I say not. I say that not to discredit Will's, ability and his achievements, but just because of our matchup. So if you look at it stylistically, Will's he's not a striker. I mean, he tries. I've watched his fights. I've studied him really good. So he throws. He likes that overhand right, not to do anything, but to back you up on the cage so he can take you down and grind you out. Now, me being a wrestler, and especially my style of wrestling, I don't get taken down. I pride myself in that. I don't like to get taken down, and I like to take people down. And so if I have somebody that's aggressive and likes to wrestle, if he wants to go to a grappling game, I'm gonna win this really, really easy. I know he's good with submissions, but I'm not gonna get submitted. He's 5'6", I'm 5'10", and I'm really heavier than him. And my reach alone, he's 66-inch reach. I got a 73-inch. So if I wanted to, I could keep it standing, and he won't take me down if I want it. But I like going. I like seeing I want to see who's the better. I know I'm the better wrestler, and I know he's not gonna want to stand with me. So it's gonna go to wrestling, and I feel my wrestling is a way different level than his. Like not even comparable. He's a
Are
tough
you
fighter, but stylistically, it's not a good matchup.
Will comes in always in really good shape. As a grinder, like he's a good grinder. He has good cardio system. He's going to try and push the pace the entire time. Do you see this fight, getting pushed into the later rounds? Or do you think it's going to be a fight you'll be able to finish? You will be able to finish early.
Yeah, I watched this fight too, and I think I'll be able to finish it early. I think I'm predicting I'm gonna be able to get him with TKOs or a knockout in the second round, because I know he does come in with a lot of energy, but he's like I said, he takes guys down, and you don't have to expend a lot of energy when you're on top. So it appears that he's all has all this energy, but it's really not that hard to hold a guy down. It's harder to stand up, move, and do all that. So and I think he's going to tire himself out trying to take me down, because I'm telling you, I'm not going to let him. I know he wants to take me down. I'm not going to let him take me down. I don't care if I have to fight every last takedown to turn into a wrestling match to get out. He's not going to take me down. I know that's what he wants to do, and it's just not going to happen. So I think he's going to exhaust himself from that. Come second round, he's going to be like, all right, I can't take him down. And his hands are going to start to drop a little, because grappling tires you out. And it's nothing more tiring than getting your takedown stuff. So I think that's my key, is to stuff his takedowns, and I'm going to wear him down.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's Desmond Greene. He's getting ready to fight Will Martinez March 28th for Bellator MMA. You can watch that obviously live on Spike. Desmond, thanks for taking some time, especially in the middle of the shop. I know you're getting your tires aligned on your car, and I know it's a
See you
weekend.
tomorrow.
This is
Yeah,
your
yeah.
family time, so I appreciate it, buddy.
No problem, Frank. I'll see you later.